Alright, welcome. I'm going to talk about this bike that I've cleaned up. The original panel here at the front, that was cracked. We had a cracked head there. This one here was scratched. I think I could have used this panel, but I chose to go full carbon front just to have a better continuity. And the screen originally here was a big clear touring screen. I don't think this bike should be set up for touring. This is a sports bike. If you want a tourer, go and get an RT or a K. This is to be light, frisky, movable. So I did that. This black screen here comes from Italy. Italian design. It's good quality thickness. And a nice shape. Just sending someone a message. You can see a little touch here. There's a RS sticker there. That's something I put on. The levers were black. I didn't feel like this bike had enough red. It had just a red bit in the frame here, and it felt like that's quite odd. It's just one bit of red there and nowhere else. So this is why I've splashed some red around, you see? Give it a bit of colour, a bit of balance. Some at the back there, touch on the handlebars. And it didn't have this stripe. I've put in this stripe. When you look at this from a distance, it gives you a continuous looking stripe. The good thing about the carbon fibre, if you get stones or rocks thrown on it, just make sure I'm recording, yes. Carbon fibre will always keep its character. Like for instance, if this here got scratched, you just get some high grit sandpaper. I think anything above 1500, even 2000, and you'd smooth it down, and then you would get some liquid polish and polish it up, and it'll come back shiny. So that's the great thing about carbon fibre. It will never lose its gloss or shine, and it's tough as. I've put some tinted blinkers here, which operate fine. The orange operates quite bright, so it doesn't affect the blinker colour. All of the bike's been cleaned up. So when you buy a second-hand bike, whether it's from a dealer or an individual, you are going to find, just adjusting my mic, that it's not going to be completely clean. There'll be maybe a bit of rust here, a bit of rust there, a bit of dirt here, a bit of dirt there. This has been properly cleaned. And here we have an aftermarket radiator. The original is a black tin metal. This one is a fully aluminium one. The attaching components are also fully aluminium, whereas on the original the attaching components are black, oh sorry, plastic. Yeah, black and plastic, and can break. So this radiator is super tough, super cool. Also, here we've removed the cover and we've replaced the clutch. So a completely new clutch basket and clutch. You don't get that always with a used vehicle at your dealer or privately. I haven't spared any expense on this one. If it was just a bit of indication that it should be replaced, I did. So the clutch is new. Here's another touch of bit of colour, just a tiny label. Here is the Italian design Pugue black windscreen. It's got a nice shape to it, a nice thickness and feel to it. A little touch of RS there. The mirrors have been, if you see the black on this, the plastic on it's been rejuvenated. I've refreshed the plastic there, see how it's nice and glossy. And the bar here has been resprayed, so there's no chips on it. Nice and smooth. So here is that touch of red there and there, and the original design doesn't have this there. You'll see the later RSs have decals here, and I've added my own decal here, kind of in between the first model and the most recent model, but still my own color and shape and design. There's the red making a continuous line across there, and I've simplified the dash here. I've removed the nav6. The nav6, for those that know and use it, it has teething problems. It can blink in and blink out, it can waver and do all sorts of funny things. And I don't think I've had much gain from using a nav6 other than it's, especially on this bike, if it's mounted here, it's just a big bulky item in the middle that looks fancy but doesn't do much. I think they have a lot of fixing up on that. If you do want a device here, you're better off getting an aftermarket display. I think you can get them from $300. You can get like a Apple CarPlay device where it connects to your phone and you can have access to your messages and maps there in the middle. So if that's something you want, sure, go ahead. But I find the quad lock is best. Just have a good, cool new phone, and your phone will connect easily to your own headset. I find the best headset for the bike is the Beats Flex. They're so tiny, they last for ages, and you get Bose quality sound. It's really good. So, keeping this clean and simple. You'll see there the new radiator cap. Here is my signature. So because this is not a BMW design, the decals, the colouring, this layout, it's my unique layout. I've put my own little signature on it. Blade Ace. Now, keeping this bike light and fresh, I haven't gone for the big crash bars. I've just put Yeah, when I got this bike, the cover here was, it had fallen on this cover and it was scratched, so I had to replace this cover. And it was only scratched down here. So really, if you drop this, you don't need to worry about protecting this little area here. And so I've kept it simple with a slimline cylinder protector. You shouldn't need more than that, really. I mean, this bike is so low and the weight is low, it's so easy to manage. You shouldn't be dropping it at any time, really. Unless you're trying to ride this, unless you're trying to touch your knee to the ground or elbow to the ground. But you shouldn't be doing that on the road with this bike, or any bike for that matter. You should be just enjoying the ride. If you do want to take this to the track and you really want to go for it, I would be adding some stronger bars to cover that. If you go at high speeds and come off, and this might not hold. It should hold, but if that's your thing, I'd be putting a bigger crash bar if you're going to go for it. I mean, you can still go to the track as long as you're not going flat out silly. You should be fine. Here is the Kropovic cover here, the exhaust. And yes, this rear black frame has been resprayed, so you won't find any rust spots. It'll be clean as, everything's clean as. Not something you usually get on a used bike. And here you see I've put a switch. If you press this switch, it's a simply in-out switch. If you press it on, your quad lock will be charging. If you press it off, it cuts off from the battery and it avoids you having your battery go flat when you've got your phone on your quad lock. This dash here, I mean, you know all the you know the new display, the electronic display. I find it's very distracting. I think it's just looks very fancy, but I don't think it does much more than this, really. This bike, I've set it up so you can keep your eyes on the road, not be distracted. It's got just what you need. Here is the heated grip indicator. There's your tacho, your speed. You can change your modes here. So the button usage you can do, you don't need that nav6 big thing here taking up this huge amount of space. Everything you need is there. And like I said, if you want to use a nav, you're best to just have a good phone, chuck it on the quad lock and use your favorite maps and headset, which mine is Beats Flex. Now I've put it off to the side a bit just to keep the symmetry here. So you've got this nice view, simple nice view there, and then your maps will be off here to the side, covering the cylinder here a bit and not in the way, just nice and discreet. I've replaced some of these red buttons here. They're new. The previous red buttons are a bit worn out by the sun, so another thing you don't get with used bikes. I've really gone into detail to make sure every bit of this bike looks new and fresh, and is. This button here, also new. I've put a shrink wrap on this just to protect the grip, and it gives it a sporty feel, smooth. and flat, but still grippy. Here's the bit of red at the back. It's the only bit of red at the back, but you can see we've got red there, red there, red there, red there. A bit more balanced. Previously it was just this red here in the frame. I think it looks more balanced. This here is all painted, brand new, fresh paint, no rust, fresh exhaust, look at that, slick. Some of the new exhausts are big, fat and bulky. We want to keep this light and slimlined, and the punch, the sound on it matches more in a sporty sound rather than a trail bike big bob sound. It's more of a punchy, sporty sound, quicker and sharper. This undercarriage here was cracked, so this is all new here. LED rear light. I've put a plate holder here, so license plate will be very secure and good there. Put little details like here, the BMW Motorrad label on the wheel. This is a brand new tyre and the front one's not far off. It's close to brand new as this one. Here's a better look from further away. You see how you've got red here, bit of red there, bit of red there. Previously it was just that red there. I felt it was odd. I think it's more balanced now. It's got a nice sporty look to it. Like I said, everything's had a good clean. Here's another little decal, a little bit of detail. Calipers are clean, everything's clean. New brake pads. The discs are just about new. I think one of them's new, but the discs were fine. But we've got new pads, front and rear. You can even see the suspension here. It's all had a clean, and it's like new. Now here you'll notice I've got a little cable coming out of here. It's just sitting in the frame there. That's connected to the battery, and that's so you can plug the battery into the wall. Because if you're not riding this every day, if you're riding every few days or once a week, you want to keep the battery fresh. So I've set it up so you can just pull up to your garage, wherever you store it, and plug it into the wall. The cable's right there. You don't need to open this, take the seat off or anything. Just grab the cable, plug it in, and that's it. You're done. So yeah, very simple, not much distraction here, simple dash, straightforward, put your phone on and away you go. You see, simple, straightforward, no distractions. You know, I've used a new AFT display and the Nav6 and that. I think they give you more headaches and brain confusion and distraction. I think that's not the thing for a bike, is it? I think a bike, you want to get away, extrovert. You want to just put on the device, which is usually your phone, and the apps, which is maps and apps you like, and connect your headset that you like, and away you go. And you don't want to be distracted, and you've just got that nice BMW well balanced design. And this windshield, you can pop it up or down. There's a nice balanced look. So your phone will be here, but you still got this dynamic there. This tank's really great. Your knees tuck in there. You feel very snug in there. As I said, the blinkers, even though they might be tinted, they work fine. Very bright. No issue there. Now, I don't think this is a bike for big panniers and big storage. I mean, if you want that, I think you should go the Tourer, the RT or the K series. This one is more for getting around, filtering, going for an unencumbered ride. So this is why I've gone with the bag. The bag has the similar matching colours to the bike. And the bag straps on at the back very easily to the frame. You've got these straps here. And that's all you need. So you don't have any extra weight or width here. So if you're filtering, you don't have to worry about banging your panniers. This is to get around and go on a light weekend cruise. So you just want to be able to pack your wet weather pants in here, your lunch, your drink. This area here, if you want to, you can shove your helmet in there. If you don't want to leave your helmet on the bike, you can shove your helmet in that space. Here's what the bike looks with a 5'8" person on it. 1 meter and 78 centimeters in simple gear, simple riding shoes, pants, and that's the way you want to keep it. Nice and relaxed, simple. You don't need to go over the top with this and full leathers. If you want to do that, you should really be on the racetrack, I think. You want to keep your riding risk at about 70%. You want to go 70% your risk out on the road. Too many things to get hurt with. So keep it nice and relaxed and go about 70% your pace. Stay upright, and if you want to go mad, sure, chuck on your leathers, but head for the track. So you can see it's a good height. I think this is with the suspension down. You see my feet are flat, and that's 5'8". So even if you're shorter, you should be fine, because you can go tippy toes, but they're flat right here. There's the cable for the battery charger. This is the bag I'm talking about. You've got the straps here, they're easy, just clip on really easy. Bag matches the bike. Like I said, if you want to pack your helmet and not leave it on the bike, you can chuck it in the bag. The bottom bit expands like that, and then you've got a waterproof section in the back for anything else you might be carrying, and you've got side pockets as well. It's all you need, I think, when you're traveling. So this is great for getting around in peak hour traffic, getting around the city, friend's house, weekend. You've got just what you need. Here's what it would be like with a pillion. Comfortable seating angle. The pillion seat is pretty comfy. It's better than most bikes, sports bikes. It's not a full-on pillion bike. If you want that, again, I'd go tourer. But an occasional pick someone up, take them somewhere, sure, it can do it fairly easy. There's the windshield up, there's the windshield down. You just pull it up and pull it down. You can stand up on this easily. If you're a stander-upper, you want to stretch your legs. That's the great thing about Beamers. They're set up to do that. You can easily just stand up, stretch your legs. If you're game, you can chuck it in cruise and even take your hands off the bar and stretch, do a proper stretch. Or even sit back on the back seat while it's in cruise and do a leg stretch, whatever you like. But only if you're game. They're stable bikes, so there's usually no problem doing that. If you're out in a clear, open space and there's no risk of intervention. Alright, that covers it. If you've got any questions about the bike, let me know. But yeah, I've tried to keep it simple and fit for purpose, not a tourer. It's a commuter, sporter, weekender. It's a fun bike. Fun bike, looking and feeling cool, casual, having your own phone and headset set up, not being distracted by bulky technology, and some cool colors and layout. No one else will have this layout. This will be the only bike with this color scheme layout, as designed by myself. So you'll have your own unique looking machine with some passion. There you go. Thanks for watching, and yeah, let me know any questions. Cheers.